Cannot. Cannot. But I started already.
Huh?
It auto records your voice.
You make it right?
I don't know how to be very frank.
Where's
Oh, you have to go here. Wait, is it not? Oh, is it?
and how do I annotate?
Wait, is it not working?
As in, I can't.
Try it.
Is this the correct pen or does it not matter?
Oh, sorry.
But I think you restart my computer every time you download.
I don't know. Can try.
Okay.
You need a pencil or something.
Oh, okay.
真是要命！Okay. See, still recording. Yeah, there's no stopping. Stop. But if I stop, then that side will stop also. Then okay we can okay our face. But yeah. 啥意思啊？这个 mute 不了的。
Setting.
Unless you have a mic, you can mute your mic. But there's no mic.
Okay, this is, I'll be going through the NMOS paper. So for question 1, we want to evaluate 19 times 19 minus 12 times 12 plus 19 over 12 minus 12 over 19. So we just take 19 times 19, you calculate is 361. Then 12 times 12, calculate is 144. Right, then how you combine these is you make a common denominator, which is 12 times 19. That becomes 228. And then on the top, it's 19 times 19 minus 12 times 12. Okay, so this will be equal to 217 plus 217 over 228. Okay, so this is so you can just leave it in terms of this 217 and 217 over 228. Okay, for question 2, find the number of rectangles in the following diagram. So the rectangle is made up of 2 vertical lines and 2 horizontal lines. Okay, so how many vertical lines are there? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertical lines. So there are 5 choose 2 ways to choose the vertical lines. Choose the 2 vertical lines. And then how many horizontal lines are there? There are 4 of them. So 4 choose 2 is to choose the two horizontal lines. Okay, so this will be 10 times 6, which is equal to 60. Okay. That's question 2. Question 3. There are altogether 30 coins of 20 cents and 50 cents. So let's say there are X 20 cents, then there are 30 minus X 50 cents. Then they are total worth $9.90. So you want to find how many coins are there. So how many 20-cent coins are there? So what's the value of X? Okay, so we have 20X plus 50 times 30 minus X is equal to 990. Then how you solve? You can divide both sides by 10. And then the left will be 2x plus 150 minus 5x. Okay, and then this will be 150 minus 3x, which is equal to 99. So 150 minus 3x is 99. Therefore, x is equal to 51. No, 3x is 51. So x is equal to 17. Okay, so that will be answer for question 3. Question 4, I don't have the complete statement because it got cut off. So a plus b plus c is equal to something. So we'll skip that for now. For question 5, town A and town B are connected by a straight road. At 9 a.m., the cars travel between each city and then they meet 30 meters away from the midpoint. Okay, so which direction is it 30 meters away? We know that the speed of car X is 5/6 of the speed of car Y. Okay, so if this is town A and town B, car X will travel this way and car B will travel, car Y will travel this way. Okay, so this is X and Y. So because you know that X is slower, it must end up on the left side of the midpoint. Okay, so this is 30 meters. Now, if you think about it, for 30 meters, this means that the car would have car X travels 60 meters less than car Y, right? Because car X travels half the distance between the two cities minus 30 meters, while car Y travels half of the distance between the two cities plus 30 meters. Right? So this means that the difference between the travel distance between X and Y is 60 meters. Okay, how do you make use of the speed of x is 5 over 6 of the speed of car y? We also know that car x travels 5 over 6 of the distance that car y travels. So this means that 1 over 6 of the distance is 60 meters. Hence the distance of y is 360 meters. Okay, and then car x will then travel a distance of 360 minus 60, which is 300 meters. Okay, so the total, I'll change to a different color. Total is 360 plus 300, which is 660 meters. Okay, that's question 5. And then question 6. We want to find the smallest ABC. So let's think about it. Can we have no carryovers? Perhaps 1, 4. Then you want a 0 here and then a 6. And then 2 and 5. So that works. 102 plus 465 is 567. Okay, so the logic behind this is you want your A to be as small as possible, right? So you choose it to be 1. Then if you have no carryovers, then your D will be 4. Then because your B, you want it as small as possible, you can choose it to be 0. And then after that, E is 6. And then after that, C is the next smallest number, which is 2. And then F is 5. So the smallest ABC is 102. Okay. Question 7. A tin of cookies was shared between Alan, Barbara, and Connie in 4 to 6 to 14. And then if the cookies were shared equally, then Barbara would have 8 more pieces. So if the cookies were shared equally, the total is 24 units, right? Because it's 4 plus 6 plus 14 is 24. And then Barbara, if the cookies were shared equally, right? 24 units will be split into 8 units each. Because 24 divided by 3 is 8. So Barbara would have 8 more pieces of cookies. At first, she would have 6 units. Okay, so 6 units plus 8 cookies is equal to 8 units. Okay, so this means that 2 units is equal to 8 cookies. Therefore, total number of cookies is 24 units, right? So 24 units is equal to 96 cookies. Okay, question 8. The diagram shows rectangle ABCD and square DEFG. The area of the rectangle is 150 with the length to width being 3 to 2. So let's find out the dimensions of the rectangle. If your length is equal to 3x and your width is equal to 2x, then what we will have is 6x squared is 150. So, oops, I realize you all cannot see the whole PDF. Okay, so this means that x squared is 25, therefore x is equal to 5. Okay, so this is 15 and 10. Therefore, We can also calculate what's the square. Because the area is 64, if you take the square root, it will be 8 and 8. So this means that AG will be 2. Okay, so how to find the shaded region? You find the total area, which is 150 plus 64. Then you subtract the unshaded. So the shaded is equal to 150 plus 64. Subtract the unshaded, which is the top triangle, this one here, is half times 2 times 15, which is 15. Then subtract the bottom one. So this one has base 23 and height 10. So that has area, half times 10 times 23, which is 115. Then you subtract the triangle on the right, which has area half times 8, which is 32. So it becomes 150 minus 130 plus 32, which is 52. Okay, 52 square centimeters. Okay, I'll just scroll back up so you can see the working for, actually I believe the first page also. So answer for question 2 was 60, for question 3 was 17, for question 5 it was 660, and then for question 6 it was 102. Okay. So for question 9 and 10, Mark and James can assemble 80 toy trains together in 2 hours. So Mark alone can assemble 32 toy trains in 80 minutes. So let's figure out how many toy trains he can assemble in 2 hours. So Mark will take 32 times 120 over 80, right? Because that's 2 hours is 120 minutes. So he should increase his the number of toy trains that he can make proportionally. If you simplify the fraction, it will become 3 over 2. So this is 48 toy trains in 2 hours. So this means that James assembles 80 minus 48, which is 32 toy trains in 2 hours. Okay, therefore 64 toy trains in 4 hours. Okay, because and that's not what they were asking for. They are asking for the time in minutes. So this is 240 minutes. Okay. So that's question 9. And then for question 10, in a class of 40 students, the average score for a test is 76. So the total score is equal to 76 times 40, which is equal to 3040, I believe. And then without Alicia and Betty, the total is equal to 77 times 38. Because the average is 77 and there are 38 students left. So this is equal to 2926. Okay, so the total will be 3040 minus 2926. So this is Alicia and Betty together. That's a difference of 114. So Alicia scores 2 more marks than Betty. Okay, so Betty is equal to Alicia minus 2. Therefore, 2 times Alicia minus 2 is 114. Alicia, 2A is 116. So A is equal to 58 marks. So that's question 10. Okay, question 11. Sammy placed an online order for 275 plates and some cups. Then 8% of her plates and 4% of the cups were chipped. The other items were 94.9%. Okay, so let's take a look at 8% of her plates. 8% is 2 over 25 times 275, which is equal to 275 is 25 times 11, so this is 22 plates were chipped. Okay, so this means that 253 plates were okay. So let's say she bought X cups. Then we can write down an equation for X. I'll do it in the space above. So if there are X cups, the total number of items is 275 plus X. Then 94.9 are in good condition. So times 0.949 is equal to 253. Okay. Actually, a simpler way would be to consider how many plates were chipped, how many plates and cups were chipped instead. So that means 5.1%, right, times 0.051. These were chipped is equal to 22 plates plus 0.04x. Okay. So all it remains to do is to solve this equation. And let's think about what's 275 times 0.051. So this is equal to 275 times 0.05 plus 275 times 0.001, which is equal to 275 divided by 20, which is 13.75, I believe. No, 275 divided by 20, yes, is 13.75 plus 0.275. Okay, so this is 14.025. And then this is equal to, okay, so if you bring this to the other side, this will be 0.011x is equal to 22 minus 14.025, which is 7.795. So this means that x is equal to 725. Okay, so this, what's the question asking for? How many cups did Sammy buy? It's 725. Okay. Question 12. A palindrome is a number that reads the same backwards and forwards. So find the smallest two-digit number AB such that the sum is not a palindrome. Okay, so since they're asking for smallest, let's try A is equal to 1. Then for any number B, let's say 6, for example, 16 plus 61 is 77. 77 is a palindrome. And no matter what, if you don't have any carryovers, then if it's 1 and B and 1, then it will just be B plus 1 and then B plus 1, right? So this cannot be a palindrome unless B is equal to 9, right? Or this is always a palindrome unless B is equal to 9. Then if you calculate, this is equal to 110. So this is okay. Therefore, our answer for this question is 19. Okay. To question 13, the area of rectangle ABCD is 60. given that B is 2AE and AF is FD. And you want to find the area of AEOF. Okay, so let's split it as such. And then, because BE is 2AE, right? So if, let's say this is X, this is 2X, because of the ratio of the bases is 1:2, and they have the same height, right? So the ratio of the areas is equal to the ratio of the bases. So that's 1:2, and let's say this is Y. By similar logic, this has to be Y. Okay, now we have the area of AED is equal to 1/6 times 60, which is equal to 10. Why 1/6? Is because if, let's say you draw this line, right? Then this rectangle would have 1/3 of the area of ABCD, and the triangle would be 1/2 of that 1/3, which is 1/6 of the area. Okay, so that's AED, and similarly, area of ABF is equal to 1/4 times 60, which is equal to 15. So now we can form two simultaneous equations, which are 3x plus y is equal to 15, and then x plus 2y is equal to 10. Okay, so if you solve it, let's multiply the first one by 2. Okay, so 6x plus 2y is 30. Then 5x is equal to 20. So x is equal to 4. And then you can solve it, y is equal to 3. Okay, so the area of AEOF is 7 square centimeters. Okay, question 14. A is 100 meters ahead of B, and then B is 300 meters ahead of C. So A, B, C. This is 100 meters, this is 300 meters. Okay. B is confident he can catch up with A in 5 minutes. So speed of B minus speed of A is equal to 20 meters per minute, right? Because in 5 minutes, B runs 100 meters more than A. So in every minute, B will have to run 20 meters more than A. Okay, and similarly, speed of C minus speed of B is 300 meters divided by 10 minutes. So that's 30 meters per minute. So speed of C minus speed of A is 50 meters per minute. Okay, and because the total distance is 400 meters, so that means the time taken has to be 400 meters divided by 50 meters per minute, which is 8 minutes. Okay, so that's question 14. Now question 15. For this, we can sort of think of it as a line that turns around, right? Or okay, never mind. I'll just explain it in terms of interior and exterior angles. Okay, so A plus B, no, B, D, and E, by the way. So if I have, let's say, A plus C plus E plus G, so if I draw this line, I have counted this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle. Okay, so that will be 360 plus, then I count, let's say, the remaining angles B, D, F, H. Then I have this angle, this angle, this angle, and this angle. Okay, so that's another 360. Okay, then what about the rest? So I have this angle plus this angle plus this angle plus this angle plus this angle here. Okay, so let's think about it. This plus this, so the angle at B and angle at G. Okay, let me use a different color. So this green plus green will give me okay, which triangle was it? No, it wasn't G. It was okay. So if I consider this B plus H, right? So this angle, this will give me this over here, right? And then if I consider the purple HAG and the purple IGA, it will give me this angle. Okay, so this means that you will have a total of the red plus green plus purple, which is 180, which will be 900 degrees in total. Okay, so another way you can think about it is, okay, I'll just briefly explain the line method. So imagine you have this line over here, right? You imagine you have AC as a line, then you keep rotating the line. So every time the line rotates, you trace out this angle. Then after that, you'll get to AH. And then you rotate the line again, and then after that, you get to HF, and so on and so forth. Right? Then the number of lines is, or the number of revolutions that the line makes 2 revolutions. And then This means that the total external angle is equal to 720 degrees, right? Therefore, it's your answer will be 9 times 180 minus 720, which is precisely 900 degrees. Okay, so both methods will work. Okay, question 16. It's known that the sum and difference of two whole numbers are in the ratio 29 to 9. Okay, so let's say they are A and B. So A plus B is 29 units, and then A minus B is 9 units. Okay, so this means that 2A is equal to 38 units. So A is equal to 19 units, and then B is equal to 10 units. Okay, so let's say A is equal to 19x, and B is equal to 10x. Then if I multiply them together, I get 190x squared is 1710. So that means x squared is 9, or x is equal to 3. Okay, so what's the smaller number? It is 10x. So B is equal to 30. So fairly straightforward for this question. Okay, question 17. In the following diagram, squares A and B are of different sizes. Okay, so we know that the shaded region is 1/9 the area of square A. And what fraction of it is square B? So, well, if you try and cut and paste, right? So you sort of can cut this triangle and paste it to here. Okay, so the shaded region, so this will go here. The shaded region is 1/4 of the area of B. Okay, then this means that the area of B is 4/9 times the area of A. Okay, so this means that the area of A over the area of B is 9/4. Then what's the value of n plus n? The value m over n is square root of 9/4, which is 3/2, right? Because the area is side length squared, right? So side length of A over side length of B squared is 9/4. So m over n is 3/2, so m plus n is equal to 5. So that's question 17. Okay, question 18. ABCD is a rectangle with length 500 and width 240. Okay, so AE is 300 and DE is 400. Peter travels along the rectangle via A, B, C, D, A, and then rests for 20 seconds at point A. Quintus also travels via AEDA without resting. Okay. Both travel at 1 meter per second and start traveling from A at the same time. So find the time taken, they will next meet at A. So Peter will travel distance of 500 times plus 240 times 2, which is equal to 2 times of 740, which is 1480 meters. Okay, so every round you do 1480 meters, then plus 20 seconds, which is 1500 seconds per round. Okay, then Quintus will take 1200 seconds per round. Why 1200? It's because the parameter of AEG is 1200. Okay, then we want to find that the time taken in minutes that they will next meet again. So this one, Quintus will next reach A at, so let's make a table, Peter and Quintus. So they start from A at 0 seconds, and then Peter will reach A at 1480 and rest to 1500. Quintus will reach at 1200, 24, 36, 48, and 60. Okay, then this means that Peter will next do 2980 to 3000, and then 4480 to 4500, and then 6000, 5980. Okay, so they will next meet at 6000 seconds. So 6000 seconds is equal to 100 minutes. So that's question number 18. Question 19. In the calendar of a certain month, there are 5 Mondays, 5 Tuesdays, and 5 Wednesdays. Okay, so the month must have 31 days, right? Because if there are only 30 days, then there will be like 4 of each day and then 2 left over. But in this case, there are 4 of each day and 3 left over. Okay, so it must start Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so on, and have 5 Mondays, and then it must end on a Wednesday. Okay, so Wednesday is the last day of the month. So explicitly, your answer will be 3. Okay, question 20. In a certain school, 172 students passed English, 179 students passed maths, 101 students passed science but failed maths. Okay, given that all 378 students passed at least one of the 3 subjects, how many students passed English only? Okay. So for this question, if we have 172 students who pass English, okay, perhaps it might be a wise idea to draw a Venn diagram. So this is English, maths, and science. We know that the total for English is 172. Total for maths is 179. And then this section for science is 101. Okay, so let's label them A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, E, F, G. Okay, so A plus B plus C plus D is 172. B plus C plus E plus F is 179. And past science failed maths is D plus G. So that is 101. And of course, the total number of students is equal to 378. Okay. So how many students pass English only? So we want to find the value of E. If you take the fourth equation minus first equation, so we have E plus F plus G is equal to 206, I believe. Yep. Then fourth equation minus second equation will give you A plus D plus G. Okay, so A plus D plus G is equal to 378 minus 179, which is equal to 199. So that means if you compare with the third equation, that means that A has to be 98. Okay, so that's your answer. Only 98 students pass English only. Okay, let me check my calculations. 378 minus 172 will give you this part, and then 179 students. Okay, then A plus D plus G. Okay, so actually we didn't even need the first statement, I think. Yeah, we might not have needed the first statement. Then, because if you consider the past maths and then after that the past science but failed maths, that is, yeah, correct. So that means past either maths or science is 179 plus 101, which is 280. And then the rest must have passed English only. Yep, so that is 98. Okay. Question 1. The six-sided figure below is composed of 9 equilateral triangles. Okay, so let's say, okay, this is 1. This is, let's say this side length is x. Okay, then this will be x, this is x, x, x. And then, what else? This is x plus 1. And therefore this is x plus 1. And this is x plus 1. This is x plus 1. X plus 1. This is 1. Therefore, this is x plus 1 and this is x plus 2. Right? But we know that x plus 2 is equal to 2x. Right? So this will be equal, so x is equal to 2. So can we make this happen? Just to make sure this is right, because the figure may not be to scale. 1, 2, 2, 2, and the whole thing is 4. This is 3, 3. No, it's not. Okay, let me restart. Okay, I think I missed out something. So this is 1. So this is 1. This is x. And this must, the top right triangle must have length x plus 1. x plus 1. Therefore, the bottom right triangle must be x plus 2, x plus 2. The bottom left must be x plus 3. Right, but 2x is equal to x plus 3. So that means that x is equal to 3. Okay, so in the end, we'll have 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, and then 3. So the perimeter will be 3 plus 3 plus 4 plus 4 plus 5 plus 5 plus 6, which is equal to 24, 30. So that's question 21. 22, there are 11 numbers in a certain sequence. The sum is 2024. Okay, if the difference is a constant, so let's say this is equal to x. So what's the value of a plus k? So the idea is to pair up the ends. So a plus k and b plus j have the same sum, right? Because if you increase a by x and you decrease k by x, then you get b and j. Okay, so after that, this is the same as c plus I, same as d plus h, e plus g, and that's twice of f. Okay, so that's 4.5 copies of the sum, 4.5 copies of a plus k. Right? Because f is basically the average of a plus k, so it should be counted just half of that sum is equal to 2024. Then a plus k is 4.5 is 9 over 2, so if you multiply both sides by 2 over 9 times 2024, no, sorry, there are 5 pairs. 5 pairs. So that's 2 over 11 times 2024. That makes much more sense. So 2024 times 2 over 11 is 368. So that will be the answer for this question. Okay. Question 23. You hollow out the inside of a solid cube. Each side has 6 cm long. And okay, so you want to find the total surface area of the first figure. Okay, so each of these is how many? There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 8 mini squares. Okay, so if I divide it into, let's say, a 3 by 3 cube, right? Each of the mini squares is 4 cm squared. Right? So this is 8 times 4, which is 32. Okay, and then if you think about it, the only surfaces that are remaining are like these things, right? The 4 that are on each side. If you hollow out the side, then that will be it. So these surfaces, I don't know how to represent this, like this one and the ones inside here. So that's another 4 times 4, which is equal to 16. Right, so the total here is 32 plus 16, which is 48. And then, because you have 6 faces, it's 48 times 6, which is equal to 272. No, 288. 288 square centimeters. Okay, so this should be the method on how to solve question 23. Okay. So the question 24 is on a pattern finding. What's the sum of the 40th term and 67th term divided by 5? So let's think about what happens when we divide each of the terms by 5. And the remainder 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, and so on. So it occurs in cycles of 4, right? So 40th term, if I take 40 divided by 4, it's 10, remainder 0. Okay, then after that, okay, so this means that the remainder is 1. So remainder of 40th term is 1. And then 67 divided by 4 is 16, remainder 1. So the remainder of the 67th term is 2. Okay, so 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and that would be the remainder of the sum when I divide it by 5. Okay. Question 25. In a certain population, the ratio of, okay, let's draw a table for this. So this is men and women. This is glasses and no glasses. Okay, so the ratio of the number of women who wear glasses to the number of women who do not wear glasses is 5 to 8. So 5 units to 8 units. Okay, or maybe let's just put it as 5x and 8x. Okay, and then the next statement is the ratio of the number of men who wear glasses to the number of men who do not wear glasses is 3 to 4, so 3y and 4y. So the ratio of the number of people who wear glasses to the number of people who do not wear glasses is 7 to 10. So 3y plus 5x over 4y plus 8x is 7 over 10. So this means that 30y plus 50x is equal to 28y plus 56x. Okay, so 2y is equal to 6x, or in other words, y is equal to 3x. Okay, so what do we want? The number of women who wear glasses is the number of men who wear glasses. So that is 5x over 3y, which is equal to 5x over 9x. So this is equal to 5 over 9, which is m over n. So m plus n is equal to 14. That would be question 25. Yep. Okay, question 26. Furniture retailer had a total of 7270 dining table and sofa sets. He sold 3/5 of his dining tables and 72% of the sofa sets. And in the end, the number of sofas he had imported another 52. Number of sofa sets he had left was 16 and 1/3% of the number of dining tables left. Okay, so this is quite a wordy question, but if we convert it into some mathematical statements, it will be much easier. So let's say he had, okay, so he was left with 28% of sofa sets. Okay, so let's say he had X number at first. Then he had 7270 minus X. in the end, he had 28% of sofa sets, which is 0.28x. And then this is 16 and 1/3%. Okay, so how do I represent this? This is equal to 49 over 3%. So that is 49 over 300. Okay, 49 over 300 of his dining tables, which is 3, okay, so times the number of dining tables left. So it's something plus 52. And what is that something? That something is he had 2/5 of his 7270 minus x dining tables, right? Okay, so just to recap how I got this statement. He had 7270 dining tables at first. He sold 3/5 of them. That means he had 2/5 left. Then he got another 52 dining tables. And then if you take 16 and 1/3% of that, which is 49 over 300, you'll get 0.28x, which is x is the number of sofa sets. Okay, so all we have to do is to solve this. First, we simplify. So multiply the left by 300 over 49. So 300 over 49 times 28 over 100. So I cancel off the zeros. And then can divide the top and bottom by 7. So that is 12 over 7. So 12 over 7x is 2/5 7270 minus x plus 52. Okay, so now I guess it's just time to, okay, well, simplify first. Divide both sides by 2. 6 over 7x is 1 over 5 times 7270. So that is 7270 divided by 5 is 1454 minus 1 over 5x plus plus 52, so 62. Okay, so 1454 plus 52 is equal to 1506, and then 6 over 7 plus 1 over 5, that will be something over 35. Why is that something? It's 37 over 35, I believe. Then if I divide by, oops, okay, so something went wrong here. Okay, this is definitely correct. Maybe a minute while I check my calculations. So 12 over 7x is equal to 2 over 5 okay, 2 over 5 times 7270 plus 52. Okay, this should be 26, not 52. Okay, this will make a lot more sense. So this is 1454 plus 26, so that's 1480, and then times 35 over 37, that's 1400. Okay, so at first he had 1400 sofa sets. Okay. So that's that. Okay. Question 27. A particular brand of detergent is sold in 3 different sizes at a supermarket. What's the maximum number of liters of detergent that can be purchased with $52? Okay, so let's think about it's definitely okay. If you think about the cost per liter, right? This one will be costing about 1 and 1 over 9 per liter. This one will cost 1.2 per liter, and then this will cost 1.25 per liter. Okay, so definitely it's you should try and maximize the number of that you can purchase. So think about it. If you do 5 times large, that will be 5 times 9 liters, which is 45. But then you have $2 left over, which you can't do anything with. But if you do 4 times $10 plus 2 times $6, that sums up to 52, by the way. And this will be 4 times 9 liters plus 2 times 5 liters, which is equal to 46 liters. Okay, so this is the optimal solution. Okay. Question 28. In the diagram below, DAF is a straight line and ABCD is a parallelogram with CF and AB intersecting at E. Okay. So this is a parallelogram. CF and AE intersects at E. Area of ADE is 10. Find the area of BEF. Okay. Okay. So let's say this area is X. Okay. Then we have AF over AD is equal to X over 10. Right? Then this means that because AD is equal to BC, we have AF over BC is equal to X over 10. So now we know that CEB is similar to FEA. Okay, so this means that okay, BEF so this means that AE over EB is equal to X over 10, right? Because by similar triangles, the ratios will be equal, right? AE over EB is the same ratio as AF over BC. But you know that AEF is 10, so this is equal to the area of AEF over the area of BEF. So this is equal to 10. Okay, so that will be the area of BEF. Okay, question 29. There are 20 straight lines drawn on a plane, among which 3 lines are parallel to each other. What's the maximum number of regions that can be divided by these 20 lines? Okay, so Um, if you okay, let's start with let's start without the condition that you have three lines that are parallel to each other. Okay, let's just keep drawing lines. So if you have one line, it divides it into two regions. If you have two lines, we have four regions. Right? If you have three lines, then it will cut through two lines, okay, and these two lines will demarcate three regions. So it will cut through three regions, therefore it will be seven regions. If you have four lines, say like this, then it will cut through the existing four lines, which no, the existing three lines, which will demarcate four regions, right? Because the original four regions are like here, here, and here, and uh, here. Okay, then four lines will give you 11 and so on. So dot 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 n lines will give you n times n plus 1 over 2 plus 1, right? So it's like 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 all the way until plus n. Okay, then what happens for 18 lines, right? So 18 lines will give you 18 times 19 over 2 plus 1. So that is 172. And then after that, you have three lines are parallel to each other. Okay? So this means that I have to plus. So if I add one more line, so it will intersect 17 others. And then so this will give me 18 more regions. So it's 172 plus 18. Oh. And then after that, if I add one more, it will intersect 17 other lines, then will give me 18 more regions, right? Because each line will if you have n lines, then you have like, if you split, if you have a line that cuts across n lines, then you are splitting n plus 1 regions apart. Right? Here's a small diagram to convince you why. So if I have three lines, there are like four regions, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after that, I split it apart like this. Okay, so this will be 208 regions in total. Okay. Okay, question 30. A fruit seller sells only apples, bananas, oranges, and pears. Bar chart below is that if pears made 30% of its January sales of fruits and X% are apples, find the value of X. Okay, so this is X, this is 30. Then bananas and oranges must be like sort of must have the same difference basically, right? So this is let's say the difference is D, right? Then x plus 3d is equal to 30, that means that d is equal to 30 minus x. So this means that 30 minus x, no, d 30 minus x over 3, which is equal to 10 minus x over 3. So if you have apple is x, banana is x plus d, and then orange is x plus 2d, and pear is x plus 3d, which is equal to 30. Right? Okay, let's just say this is 30. So if I add all of these together, this will be 100. Not 70, 100. So if I gather the terms on the left hand side, it will be 3x plus 3d is equal to 70. So actually we didn't really need to solve for d at all. Because if you have x plus 3d is 30, 3x plus 3d is 70, that means your 2x must be equal to 40. So x is equal to 20. Right? So this is 20. Then you can find this is 23 and 1/3, I think. Then 26 and 2/3. Yep. Yes, this would make sense. Let me just quickly check. Yep, this should be right. Okay, so for the last 5 questions, figures A, B, and C are rectangles, and figure D is a square. Okay, so the sum of areas of A and B is 23. Sum of areas of B and C is 44. So this rectangle, we know that the side lengths are positive integers. Then this means that this is 1 and the total is 23. Right? And then B plus C is 44. Okay. So this means that oh no, it says lengths are positive integers. Okay, so I have to, it may not refer to the width. Okay, let's think about it. Okay. So if this is 2 and oh no, I think they do mean 23. Like all the length and the width. Then this is 2 by 22, I think. So in the end, D will be 21 by 21. So 21 squared is 441. Okay. So this statement, I'm tempted to believe that all lengths of the rectangles are positive integers refers to the fact that only the length is a positive integer. Sorry, length and width are both positive integers, not just the length. Yep. But making that assumption, it will be 441. Okay, for 32. So we want to find the smallest product xy that's such that this is true. Okay. So we have, well, if we expand it out, 1 plus 2 over x plus 2 over y plus 4 over xy. is equal to 1 plus 1 over 5. So this means that 2 over x plus 2 over y plus 4 over xy is 1 over 5. Hence, 2x plus 2y plus 4 is equal to 1 over 5. And therefore, xy is equal to 10x plus 10y plus 20. Okay, so xy minus 10x minus 10y plus 100 is equal to 120. So x minus 10, y minus 10 will give you 120. Okay, so this is just a very common factorization trick to use. Let me just check that I've done everything correctly so far. Yes, okay, this seems okay. Therefore, if you want to find the smallest product xy, it makes sense to sort of make your x and y close enough or close together, right? So, so this means that you should choose your x to be, so x minus 10 is 10, x minus 10 is 10, and y minus 10 is 12. So x is equal to 20, y is equal to 22. And therefore, your xy is 440. Okay, so that would be the answer for this. Okay. Question 33. Malik purchased a total of 12 fruits consisting of both apples and oranges for 14.70. One apple costs 3 cents more than one orange. Malik bought more apples than orange. How many cents did Malik pay for the apples alone? Okay, so let's say this is, let's say he bought X apples and then 12 minus X oranges. Then he had okay. So let's say it cost y cents per apple. Then it's y minus 0.03 cents per orange. Okay? Then this would mean that if I have xy plus 12 minus x, this should be y minus 3 cents instead. Y minus 3. This is equal to 1470. Okay, so if I expand it out, this xy plus 12y minus xy minus 36 plus 3x, which is 1470. Okay, then if I divide both sides by 3, I have x plus 4y is equal to no, x plus 4y minus 12 is 490. So x plus 4y is 502. Okay, so now we know that x can only be from 6 to 12. Actually 7 to 11. Right? Because Malik bought more apples than oranges. Okay, and 4y is equal to 502 minus x. So you need this to be a multiple of 4. Okay, so this means that because 502 has a remainder of 2 when you divide it by 4, then we need x to be equal to 10. Okay, then y is equal to what is this? 492 divided by 10, which 492 divided by 4, which is equal to 123. Okay, so how many cents did Malik pay for the apples alone? Is 1230. Okay, just as a sanity check, 10 times 123 plus 2 times 120 is 1470. Okay, so the oranges indeed cost 240. Okay, because there are 2 oranges and each of them are $1.20 each. Okay, for question 34, a number is formed by writing 1 after every n zeros. The first 36 digits, blah blah blah. Okay, so we just group it into small groups. This is a group of size 1, group of size 2, group of size 3, number 4, 5, and so on. And then so after n groups, we have written n times n plus 1 over 2 numbers. Okay? So this means that we want to find out how many groups are there in the first 2024 digits. So if you check, it will be 63 times 64 divided by 2 is equal to 2016. And then the first 2024 digits, right? That means there will be 63 groups. So 64 ones, right? Because you started the first 64, you started the 64th group already. Okay, so if you have 64 ones, then 2024 digits minus 64 ones will be equal to 1960 zeros. Okay, and question 35. A meteorological report shows this amount of days. It rained 12 times in total. There were 12 dry mornings and there were 13 dry afternoons. So what's the minimum possible number of days? Well, of course, you need at least 13 days. And this can actually be achieved because let me just draw in a small table to see why this is actually alright. So it rained, okay, there were 12 dry mornings and 13 dry afternoons. So I can just rain, okay, morning, afternoon, evening. Okay, then I just have, okay, so this will work because if it rained 12 times, so I have 12 ticks when it rained. There were 12 dry mornings because well, out of 13 days it didn't rain 12 times in the morning, and there were 13 dry afternoons because it never rained in the afternoon. Yeah, so in that case the minimum possible number of days is definitely 13 days. Okay. So that's the 35 questions, and I realized that there was my PDF rendered a bit incorrectly for the first question. So this should not be a plus, or this should not be a plus, this should be a divide. So if I change this to a divide, this will be 217 divided by 217 over 228, which is 228. Okay, and for question 4, because A plus B plus C is equal to D, then we have, because D has to be odd, therefore we need A, B, and C to be odd as well. And then this means that try and choose as small as possible, 3, 5, and 11, because well 3, 5, and 7 doesn't work, it will give you 15. So 3, 5, and 11 will sum to 19, and these are your 4 primes. 3 times 5 times 11 times 19 is equal to 3135. Okay, so this will be all for the 35 questions of NMOS 2024.